Good morning.
My name is Adam, and this is my wife,
Gretchen.
We are the campus pastors here at our South Hills Corona campus. We are so glad that you decided to join us, but we also realize that not everybody goes to church every single week. This may be your first time at this church or at this type of church, and so we just wanted to begin by giving you a little bit of what to expect from your experience here at South Hills.
As you walk onto the campus, you'll probably notice there's a station that has donut holes and coffee and water and tea, and you might be wondering, who is this for? It is for you, and it's all free.
The coffee is delicious, and we taste tested the donuts.
We did.
We took it very seriously. We went to like all the donut places. These are the best ones.
And if you brought a child with you today, I highly encourage you to check out the children's ministry. It is so fun. Each classroom has crafts and games and worship and teaching.
But then they break down into these smaller groups where they get to talk and be listened to and cared for by an adult who knows their name and is interested in their story. Once you've grabbed your coffee and donuts and checked your kids in, you'll move into the auditorium and you can sit wherever you want to. There are no assigned seats here.
We also have the full service live streaming in real time that you can watch from the cafe, from the lobby, or even the parents' room that's right off the lobby.
We'll begin our service with a time of worship, which is a churchy way of saying we're going to sing songs together about who God is and his love for us. And we want to encourage you to stand and clap and participate.
And you don't have to have all the words memorized. We will have them all on the screen for you to follow along.
One thing you'll notice about our band is that they're very passionate and energetic, which means they can sometimes get kind of loud. And so if it's a little bit too much for you, there are earplugs in the lobby available upon request. Then we're going to give everybody an opportunity to give with us. We may even tell you some stories about how your giving is impacting our community and rippling out and even transforming the world at large.
Then we're going to share with you some events and activities coming up right around the corner, but you don't even have to wait for that. You could jump on the Church Center app and check it out for yourself.
Then someone will be out to share a message from the Bible in a way that is hopefully interesting and relevant to whatever you're going through right now.
And I encourage you to get something out to take notes, whether it's the note sheet provided for you or the notes app in your phone. There's going to be something that stands out to you today that you're going to want to remember. And although we take scripture very seriously, we don't take ourselves that seriously. So if something strikes you as funny, feel free to laugh along and enjoy yourself.
At the end of the message, we will have a brief time of prayer, and we hope that it ends up being an hour that is exciting and fun and interesting and inspiring, and that it's something that after you leave, you look forward to coming back and experiencing with us again. If you have any questions about anything during your time here, drop by the big Connect counter sign in the lobby, and there's someone there that can answer any question that you might have.
Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you enjoyed the service.
Who's ready to testify that the Lord is doing something good in their life today? I know I am. Hey. Yeah. Wondering why I'm dancing like I do. I know you're asking if I think His word is true. Just let me testify. I used to wonder too. Let me tell you about Jesus. Hey, come on, if you know it, sing it out.
And let me tell you about when I was down, He picked me up. When I was lost, He turned me around. And from the pit, He pulled me out. Set my feet on solid ground. When I was down, He picked me up. When I was lost, He turned me around. And from the pit, He picked me out. Set my feet on solid ground.
Hey,
Just let me testify.
come on, church. Hey, and you might be thinking there's no place for you. Got every reason, 'cause I used to think that too.
But then I met a man.
And I've seen all He can do. Let me tell you about Jesus. Hey, come on, church.
So let me tell you how. When I was down, He picked me up. When I was lost, He turned me around. Within the pit, He pulled me out. He set my feet on solid ground. When I was down, He picked me up. When I was lost, He turned me around. And from the pit, He pulled me out. He set my feet on solid ground. Just let me testify.
One more time.
Just let me testify.
If you're searching, if you're hurting, if you're running, run to Jesus. If you're weary, if you're tired, if you're burdened, come to Jesus.
If you're searching, if you're hurting, if you're running, run to Jesus. If you're weary and if you're tired, if you're burdened, come to Jesus. 'Cause He's able and He's ready and He's faithful. 'Cause He's Jesus. So come on now, why don't you sing out? Go on and testify.
Come on, church.
When I was down, He picked me up.
Something like this.
When I was lost, He turned me around. And from the pit, He pulled me out.
Yeah.
He set my feet on solid ground. When I was down, He picked me up. When I was lost, He turned me around. From the pit, He pulled me out. Set my feet on solid ground. If you're searching, if you're hurting, if you're running, run to Jesus. If you're weary, if you're tired, if you're burdened, just come to Jesus. 'Cause He's able and He's ready and He's faithful. 'Cause He's Jesus. So come on now, why don't you sing out? Go on and testify. Just let me testify. Set my feet on solid ground. Oh, just let me testify.
Come on and testify. Hallelujah.
God, we give you glory
Thank
in
you,
this
Lord.
place, Father. You are holy, holy, holy. A thousand generations falling down in worship to sing the song of ages to the Lamb. And all who've gone before us, and all who will believe, will sing the song of ages to the Lamb. 'Cause your name is the highest, and your name is the greatest, and your name stands above them all, above all thrones and dominions and all powers and positions. It's your name that stands above them all. and the angels cry, holy, all creation cries, holy, you are lifted high, holy, holy forever. And if you've been forgiven, and if you've been
God, we are so grateful that you sent your son for us. God, we are so grateful that you are always with us, always providing for us, always caring for us, always guiding us. We love you, Lord, and we give you the praise in your name. Amen. You guys can go ahead and have a seat. For those of you that call South Hills home, I do want to give you an opportunity to give with us today. The ushers are going to come forward and pass the buckets, and on the screen there's a couple other ways you can give as well. But I want to encourage you, think about what God might be asking you to do during this Easter season. How might he be asking you not just to lean in and serve, but also to give? As you can see, as we're walking around the campus, there's various projects and things happening, and we're trying to ready our spaces and prepare because we believe that God will be sending people to South Hills to learn and hear about his love next week. And we will probably have more than double the amount of people we normally have between our Good Friday and our Easter services. And we need to be prepared. We want them to experience the love of God. And so in order to do that and to follow up with all those guests, we have to lean in extra. And that includes giving. We need to be able to care for all those that God is bringing us. And maybe you're someone who loves the projects that we're doing and the beautification of different spaces, and you want to lean in extra on that. I want to encourage you to give to our Above and Beyond Fund if that's something that you're passionate about. But as we are all leaning in extra during this Easter season to care for those that God will be bringing, I want you to ask God, what might he have you do a little extra in this season? What would that look like in your life? What would that look like for your family? And we'll see what God does all together here next week. Thank you, guys.
My name is Mariah, and I'm the youth director here at South Hills Corona. Whether you're with us online or in person, we're so glad that you chose to join us today. If you're new with us, we hope you feel welcome. And there's just one thing we want to ask you today: to fill out a Connect card that asks for 3 simple pieces of information. You can find these blue teal cards on the back of the chair in front of you. Your card can be turned in after service at the Connect counter in the lobby for a free Starbucks gift card. And if you're new and watching online, click the link in our bio or in the chat to fill out your Connect card from there. Next week, we are celebrating Good Friday and Easter, and we want you to come and join us at one of our many services. Our Good Friday services are at 5 and 7 p.m., and we are offering childcare for ages birth through 3rd grade. We are offering an Easter service on Saturday at 5 p.m. with full kids programming and an Easter egg scavenger hunt afterward. Our Easter Sunday services are at 7 a.m., 9 a.m., and 11 a.m. We have full kids programming at our 9 and 11 a.m. services only. If you're able to serve at any of these services for Easter, we would love to have you. Please sign up for the Serve the Season on the Church Center app today so that we can get you connected with the team. The Church Center app is the best way to stay connected at South Hills. You can use the app to give, join a small group, even check your kids in on a Sunday. You can stop by the Connect counter in the lobby for details on how to download and use the Church Center app. In just a moment, we will continue with our service.
For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Moses Camacho. I'm the senior pastor of South Hills Church. I just want to take a moment and just let you know how excited I am with the series that we've been in, Fight Songs, diving into Psalms 23, learning all the ins and outs of how God is our shepherd, how he renews our strength. Even when we're walking through dark valleys, we have learned that he is with us every step of the way. He protects us, he comforts us. There are so many people who would love to have a shepherd in their life. There are so many people that would love to have someone comforting them and walking alongside of them through the valleys that they're going through. And Easter weekend is that opportunity where the world kind of shuts down. If you were to extend an invite, someone now has white space in their calendar to potentially say yes. That means that they have an opportunity to meet their shepherd, to meet their creator, and have their hearts and lives changed. And I want to take a moment to share a story of someone who accepted an invitation and how their life changed. I truly believe God led me to this church. I was greeted at the door and welcomed with open arms. I started off as a good-hearted atheist without knowing God. I believed if this world was going to change, I would have to be the change. I was searching for God my entire life, and along the way, so many coincidences aligned that I became agnostic and started to believe there was some other power at work that I at the time called the universe. Eventually, God spoke to me directly, and I thought I was going crazy. When I came to South Hills, I found that I wasn't crazy and that there are others who know God and follow God. I've always sought purpose and meaning in my life, but it wasn't until I truly found God that I gained clarity and peace. This is just one of many stories of people who find God when they walk through our doors. So today, I pray that you would ask God for the courage to find that one person in your life who really needs to know Him.
Good morning. Was anybody else thrown off because you thought it was the beginning of a soap opera right there? Will Diane wake up from the coma? Will we find out who the father of the triplets is? That's what I felt like in my heart. But it's actually Palm Sunday, which is this moment in the church calendar that represents the beginning of what we call Passion Week in our tradition, where Jesus comes into Jerusalem and he's riding on a donkey, and people hail him as king, as the one who's going to save them, and they throw palm branches down in front of him, and there's this huge Jesus parade that takes place. And this actually begins sort of the domino effect that leads to Jesus being arrested, dying on the cross, and eventually rising again, because as they're hailing him as king, there actually is another king. And so it starts this political mess that just unravels the whole thing. But we realized that there was something bigger happening in the universe. And that's what this whole next week is about. Good Friday and Easter is about the celebration of what Jesus did on behalf of each of us. And so today's a big day for us as the church worldwide, but specifically for us here in Corona, because today is our 27th birthday as a campus, which is incredible. And that means for almost 3 decades now, we have been serving people and watching God do things in the lives of people. And, coming up on today and thinking about how to make this day special. And obviously, there was going to be cupcakes. I mean, that was a non-negotiable. But I thought it would be really cool to allow you to hear from somebody that maybe some of you actually don't even know. Because I've been the campus pastor here for about the last 9 years. And so some of you, if you're newer to our environment, you just know me as your campus pastor. But I didn't start this thing. This thing began in 1998 when I was a senior in high school, and you did not want me pastoring anybody at that point. Those were some weird years. I shouldn't have been leading anybody. But at that point, our founding pastor and his wife sold their belongings. They moved into their in-laws' basement and pushed everything they had into the middle to start a new kind of church. And it wasn't just about having a church in this city, because if you've driven up Ontario, there's like 15,000 of them right there, just next door to each other. And you're like, I don't like this one, go next door. I don't like this one, go next door. But their vision was to plant a different kind of church for people that had not found their fit yet. And for people that were unchurched, that were de-churched, that didn't know what they thought about God or the Bible, that maybe had a bad church experience. Anybody here had a bad church experience at some point in your life? Hopefully it wasn't here. But it was sort of this desire of like, what if we could create an environment that welcomed everybody in regardless of their background, and just spoke the gospel truth in plain English that was just normal, but really believed that if you give your life to Christ, it changes everything. And they started this place 27 years ago. And I tell you this because if anything about this place has meant something to you, if it has transformed your life, if it's helped your family, if it's healed you from an addictive spiral cycle, if it's helped put your marriage back together, if it's helped put your kids on the right path, if you finally found a faith that makes sense to you, it is because of the sacrifice and the vision of these folks. And I'm in the same boat with you. This is the only church my kids really remember. They've grown up here their whole life. And I am forever indebted to this man and his family for what they've given to my family. And not only that, without him, I wouldn't have a job. So that's important, too. I'd just be standing on the street corner, nobody listening to me. And honestly, probably wearing the same outfit because it's just how I roll, as comfy as possible. But today, you're going to get a chance to hear from the founder of our church. And I want to encourage you to lean in today, to take some notes, to give him the same exact courtesy and respect he would give me, even more so because he is our roots. He's where we came from, and we owe him a debt of gratitude. I know that what you're going to hear today is going to encourage you and challenge you and stir up something inside of you to excite you to go and face what is coming your way this next week. And so I want to encourage you, let's give him a massive South Hills Corona campus welcome. Would you stand to your feet and welcome to the stage our founding pastor, the Reverend Bishop Christopher Archibald Sonksen.
All right. You can be seated. Man, that was an amazing welcome. I'm taking Adam on the road with me. Just introduce me. It is awesome to be able to be here today, and what a joy it is to be here. My name is Chris Sonksen, and founding pastor of South Hills. We started in 1998, as Pastor Adam shared. And by the way, before I go any farther, would you agree with me that you have some of the most amazing pastors at this campus? And Adam and Gretchen, come on. Amazing people, love them dearly. But hey, it's so awesome. How many were here when I was regularly here speaking? How many were not here when I was regularly here speaking? How many are just here for the cupcakes? Come on, leave your hands in there. So I'll tell you a couple little stories as we go through, and you might recognize some of them. But my wife and I, we've been married for 33 years. We started South Hills 27 years ago. So most of our life has been starting South Hills Church, and now we still help out with South Hills behind the scenes, but we are crazy busy doing something called Church Boom. We coach pastors and rescue churches. Right now, we're rescuing between 200 to 300 churches that are about to close their doors and trying to bring them back to life. America's closing. America closes 3 churches for every 1 that open. Isn't that crazy? In 2024, America shut down 200 churches per Sunday. And we are trying to stop that from happening, and we love it. We're having the time of our life doing that. It's absolutely amazing, a lot of traveling. But if you don't know, I've been married for 33 years. She's here, somewhere here. And we have 2 amazing kids, and we have this 3rd one. No, I'm totally playing. Can you imagine how rude that would be? And then we have 2 grandchildren. We have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and we have 1 on the way. And how many are grandparents here? Let me see your hands. Come on. Is it not the best thing on the planet? Way better than parenting. It's God's gift to you for you not killing your own kid. That's really what it is. I was holding my granddaughter recently, and my adult son says to me, "Dad, it's like you love her more." I said, "No, it's not like I do. I do." Let me be very clear. You had a good run. It's over for you. I took him out of my phone, and you ain't gonna give me grandkids, you're out. Anyway, so awesome to be able to be with you. I love to tell this story, and it kind of goes right into the message. Some of you have heard this before, but some of you, I think it's just appropriate to give the story. How did South Hills start 27 years ago? My wife and I moved in with my in-laws here in Corona, and we thought, man, we want to start a church for the unchurched. We want to start a church that makes sense, that people can get, they can laugh, they can have a good time. So we started South Hills Church. When we started South Hills Church, there was just me and my wife and maybe 20 or 30 people. We're like, we're going to build a church. We had no money. We emptied our savings account, which wasn't a very long journey. And it's like $8. So we thought, okay, how are we going to launch South Hills Church? Now, this is 1998. This is when, now some of you know this is when video was on its way out, DVD was on its way in, and now DVD is gone. And I know some of the younger people, what's a video? What's a VHS? Is that an app? No, it's not. It's not TikTok. You don't dance to it. And so it's a little video, instead of a DVD, and we thought, okay, it's cheaper, and so we'll do that. And we created a 4-minute video about our church. And do you know how hard it is to create a video about a church that doesn't exist? I mean, literally, you got people on there going, "It's changed my life." I'm like, you liars. And we haven't had a service yet. No one's life's been changed. And so we created this 4-minute video. We take it to a mail house. A mail house is a place where they, where you get something in the mail that says current resident, that comes from a mail house. Now, videos were about $1.50 a piece. We found them for 26 cents a piece. They're called once pass tapes, videos. They were used like maybe exercise video. They peel the label off, they run it through this machine, and now you got a used video, but hey, it's good to show one time, so we'll do it. So we send it out. Now, this is Monday before the Sunday we launch. We go to the mail house and we say, this is the territory. This is the area we want to send in Corona. This is the territory. So they label them and do all this stuff, put a little package together, and they go out on Monday. Now, here was the problem at the mail house. The labeling machine, this is Monday before Sunday when South Hills launched at South Hills Church in 1998, Monday before the Sunday, and so the videos go out. Instead of 10,000 videos going to 10,000 homes, the label machine got stuck, and so 7,000 videos went to the same house. The same house. Instead of the post office going, you know what, this is probably a mistake, they just stacked them on pallets in front of this lady's house. She was so mad on Monday. She called me. She goes, there are thousands of videos. She was cussing me out. There were 4 or 5 syllable cuss words. I was writing them down. I'm like, that's a good one. I've never heard that before. And so 7,000 videos. I called the mail house. Dude, you made a mistake. Come and pick up the video. He picks them all up. He apologized. They rerun them. Okay, now they rerun them. They're out on Tuesday. Out they go, right? We get a call in the morning. Hey, I got your video. We think it's cool. We're going to come to your church. Second call. Third call comes in. Some guy's like, hey, man, I think it's cool you're starting a church, but I just need to let you know something. I said, what? And he says, well, it's kind of hard to say. Remember, they're once past tapes. And I said, well, what's so hard to say? He goes, I put in your video, and he goes, and before you come on saying, hello, I'm Pastor Chris, he goes, there for about 3 or 4 seconds, he goes, there's a couple people on there, and they don't have any clothes on. I'm like, well, that could be an issue. Could you imagine? Porn, I'm Pastor Chris. And so, literally, it was horrible. But nevertheless, God did awesome things. The church opened up, and it was amazing. We just exploded in growth. We built this building. We've launched 12 other campuses, and God's done amazing things. But here's the thing. God has always expanded our territory, okay? Territory of Corona. Now we have a campus in Burbank. God's always expanded our territory. Now here's the reality. I want you to lean in on this. We all have a territory. Everybody in here has a personal territory. We have a South Hills territory we all share together, but there's a personal territory we all have. And it looks kind of like this. Put it on the screen for me. And that is this, okay? That's you in the middle, the one waving and saying hello. You, every one of us, have something. Now, maybe not all of these are in your circle, but relationships or marriage or spiritual life or children, finances, career, emotional health, happiness. Every one of us have a territory. Come on, say it with me. Every one of us have a what? Now, our job is to protect that territory because there's always a fight going on to take away your territory. There's always a fight. Matter of fact, if you think about it, look at war. Most of the time, what is war? One country telling another country, you have something we want. You have money, we want. You have oil, we want. You have land, we want. You have a territory that we want. That's how war is. Now, that is true in the physical, but let's go to the spiritual. In the spiritual world, even if you're kind of new to church, let me kind of explain this. There's a God and there's an enemy. And there's a God that's going, man, I want to bless your territory. I want you to have an amazing life. John 10 says, not only does he want us to have life, Jesus said, I want you to have abundant life. Just life, Jesus? No, I want you to have abundant life. That's the territory. He wants us to have abundant life. Then there's an enemy that's always trying to attack that territory. Okay, if you have a Bible, I want you to go to Mark chapter 5. If you don't have a Bible, next time at a hotel, get one. They're free. I steal them and I sell them on eBay. I'm trying to save churches, people, so don't get all judgy on me. Mark chapter 5, we find this story of Jesus. He goes on a boat with a bunch of the disciples. They arrive to this land called Gerasenes, and this guy comes up that's demon-possessed. And this conversation between the demon-possessed guy and Jesus is one of the most intense conversations. And if you will lean in and pay attention, you can walk out of this door in a few minutes absolutely changed by this conversation. It will absolutely change your life if you let it. Here we go. Let's pick it up where at Mark 5, verse 1. They went across the lake to the region of the Gerasenes. When Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an impure spirit, that's the demon-possessed dude, came from the tombs to meet him. This man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even with a chain. For he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore the chains apart and broke the irons on his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. Okay, so Jesus gets off the boat. Okay, he's walking up on the shore. Here comes this demon-possessed dude, and now, think about it for a moment. This is wild. Jesus and a demon-possessed dude. You do not get more intense, right, with good versus evil. This is like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. This is like Mike Tyson and my grandma. You saw the fight about a year ago. If you saw the fight, you're laughing. If you didn't, you're like, who's Mike Tyson? Is that chicken? Not Tyson Chicken, Mike Tyson. So there's this good versus evil that is really, really, really intense, okay? Now let's pick it up, verse 6. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him, the demon-possessed guy. He shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want with me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? In God's name, don't torture me." Stop right there. Why is that so important? Okay, because right now, all of us are probably thinking, Jesus is having a conversation with a demon-possessed guy. Not true. He's having a conversation with the demon. Why is that true? Because the disciples didn't even know he was the Son of God at this time. If the disciples didn't know he was the Son of God, how would this crazy man know he was the Son of God? The only ones that knew he was the Son of God is the enemy. So it's not Jesus having a conversation with a demon-possessed dude. Jesus having a conversation with a demon. This is huge. Okay, now, here we go. Pick it up. Verse 8. For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you impure spirit." Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" What an interesting question. But before we start arguing, what is your name? My name is, help me out. What's the dude's name? Legion. So the enemy inside, the demon inside says, "My name is Legion, for we are many." Now, why is that important? The word legion is a Roman Empire term at that time, meaning 6,000 or more. So here's what he's saying. Our name is Legion, meaning there's 6,000 of us in here. This is a huge scene. We'll come back to why that's so big. 6,000 assigned to one man, okay? And then he says, it goes on, and he begged, this is the most important part, he begged Jesus again and again not to send him out of the area, or another word for area is what? Okay, think about that for a moment. Okay, the enemy's there, the demon guy, and then you got Jesus, and he says, get out of the man. And what is the man's response? Okay, yeah, I'll get out of the man, but will you let me stay in the territory? He reveals his cards. He shows what he's really after. He wasn't so much after the man, he was after the territory. Look what it says. Put it up there for me if you could. There we go. Yeah, the enemy wasn't concerned with leaving the man. The enemy was concerned with leaving the territory. Isn't that interesting? He says, "Hey, get out of that man." And he goes, "Okay, I'll get out. I'll get out, Jesus, if you want me, because you're more powerful than I am. But could you at least let me stay in the territory?" He wanted the territory. Let's stop and think for a moment. You have a territory. There's an enemy that's trying to get to you, but you know what else he's really trying to get to? Come on, he's trying to get to your what? He's trying to wreck your marriage. There's some of you in here that you have children that aren't serving God. You have grandkids that are far from God. He's trying to wreck that. He's trying to wreck your money. He's trying to wreck your finances. He's trying to wreck your career. He's trying to wreck your joy. He's trying to wreck your happiness. There's an enemy that comes in and says, "Okay, maybe I'll leave you alone, but I'm coming after your territory." He comes after the territory. He always comes after the territory. All right, now in my life, I had someone joking around earlier, "Hey, are you retired?" I'm like, I do 180 flights a year. That's not retired. 180 flights a year right now with all that God's doing. He's got us having a nationwide, now international ministry. It's just unbelievable what God's doing. I do 180 flights about a year is about what I do. That's a lot of flying. Now, here's the thing. I still don't like it. It still scares me. Have you ever got on a plane? What's the last thing you see? The word terminal. Who came up with that idea? You ever thought about that? Think about it for a moment. Before you get on the plane, the last word you see is terminal. They couldn't come up with anything else. They may as well just say you're going to die. And so I don't like flying. Man, when you hit turbulence, everybody else is, doing whatever. I'm telling you right now, there's 200 people on the plane. I'm the pastor on the plane, and I'm the one losing it the whole time. We hit turbulence, and I just start yelling out, "This is it!" Glory, hallelujah. Just yelling stuff out. I'm scared to death. And I love it when the plane starts doing one of these things, people tighten up their seatbelt, because that'll make a difference from 30,000 feet in the air. Bam! I got my seatbelt on, though. We're good. Anyway, so a while back, I go on the Southwest flight. Now, have you ever been on a Southwest flight? Right now, currently, they're going to change it soon, but currently, it's a free-for-all. It's like herding cattle. You go on there, and it's just whoever gets there first. I was one of the last to get on the plane. No assigned seating. So I'm like, okay, all left is middle seats, which is the worst. So I go and I sit down in this middle seat. Sitting right next to me on the door right here, on the window, right next to me is this lady. She's on the window. She's about 100 pounds, and she's reading a book, and she's really quiet. That's who you want to sit next to. Someone that's just in their little seat and just reading. But on the other side, okay, on the aisle side, I'm in the middle. On the aisle side is this guy. He's probably 6'6", huge, massive dude, linebacker type guy, 300 pounds, and his head's way up here, and he's just a massive dude. And he's so big, he's bleeding into my area. About $60 worth, I estimate. And I ask him, you got Zelle? Because I'm about to charge you. And so anyway, he gets on the phone, he's talking to someone, and people still packing up, and it's kind of shutting down. Flight attendant comes by and says, sir, you got to get off the phone soon. He goes, yeah, I'll get off soon. A little rude, but whatever. Walks away. Now the thing's closed. They've made their announcements. They're about to start backing up. He's still on the phone. And I'm sitting in the middle. He's right here, big old dude. Comes by, the flight attendant's like, sir, you got to get off the phone. So second time, he puts the phone like this. He goes, I'll get off when I'm ready. And I thought, ooh, this is going to get good. Looked for my popcorn, got my Coke Zero, everything was happening. There's going to be a show, I want to be ready. And then we're pulling back onto the runway. We're backing up. He's still on the phone. And she comes by and said, sir, you've got to get off the phone. He puts it down and he goes, I'll get off when I'm ready, and started letting her have it. Saying all sorts of bad words, and just let her. And he was letting her have it, just railing into her like this. Finally, I'm like, someone's got to speak up. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, can't you be nice? He looked down at me. I'm not even kidding. He goes, what did you say to me? And I said, do you have any ice? You have to be quick. You have to. My life is on the line. It's a creative. When your life's on the line, you get very creative. So finally we take off, and it was raining that day. So there's rain, and it's kind of pouring down. Now, if you've ever flown, you kind of get into the rain, and it's a little like this. Then you go through the clouds. You actually go through the storm, and it just goes about 5 to 7 minutes, and that's when I'm screaming out the whole time, we're all going to die, and we're going through, it's just loud, and it's banging like this, and it was crazy. Then all of a sudden, if you've ever been on a plane like this, it goes through the storm, and then boom, it's peace, and it's calm, and it's blue skies. Okay, all of us in here, we have a territory that's being attacked, and sometimes we want to give up, and we don't want to fight back, and man, the marriage is hurting, the kids aren't following God, the finances, I don't know if God's coming through for me, but I'm telling you, if you will hang in there and keep fighting through that storm, you will come to a place that is calm and peaceful and blue skies. You will. He will not let you down. But here's the bottom line, is this: you cannot change what you choose to tolerate. If you keep on tolerating, like, okay, I guess it's just the way it's going to be, you can't change what you choose to tolerate. You got to say, I'm going to get through this cloud, and I am going to get to the other side. Now, let me give you a big idea, number 2. Put it on the screen for me. The enemy doesn't just fight you for where you are. He fights you for where you're going. Oh, guys, lean in really on this one. I'm seriously, because this is the most exciting part to me. The enemy is not just concerned about your current territory. He's concerned about your future territory. He's not just concerned about what you have now. He's concerned about what he knows you could become. That's what he's most nervous about. He's always nervous about that. And it frightens him. Think about it. Back up a little bit. We read the story. Jesus says to the demon-possessed dude, what's your name? What was his name? Meaning how many? Okay, stop. Just do some math here. Okay, think with me. What was this guy's potential that the enemy thought, I got to put 6,000 of them? What was he going to become? What was he going to do? What churches was he going to build? Like, what was he going to do that they were that terrified of that man's future territory. Look throughout Scripture. When Jesus was born, Herod came along and said, and the enemy helped him with it. The enemy orchestrated the whole thing. Okay, Jesus is born. He's just a baby. He's just literally a baby. They're like, okay, kill all the kids under 2 years old. Why would they try to do that? Because they knew what Jesus would become. Okay, go to the Old Testament. The Old Testament, there's Moses. Okay, Moses is born. Pharaoh says, I want all, just like Herod, I want all the babies under 2. Why? Because the enemy knew what Moses would become. I think of my friend Vivian, 15 years old, in juvenile hall and pregnant. And all the advisors and everybody, all the counselors, all the people running the juvenile hall, like, just abort the baby. There's nothing going to happen. Abort the baby. It seemed like logical sense. She's like, nope, I'm not going to do it. She ends up getting out of juvenile hall, and she has the baby, marries that man, and they name that little baby boy named Hector. And Hector is one of my closest friends in the world. He pastors a church in Northern California with 1,500 people, and I believe with all my heart, when the enemy was looking inside of that mom's womb, she's like, I know what that kid could become, and I'm going to take that kid out right now. I was born in Long Beach, California, same hospital as Tiger Woods. That's my claim to fame. And I've written them several times to see if there was a profit share, but I get rejected. But I was there, and when I was born, and I'm the youngest of 5 kids. Long story short, I'm about 2 years old. There's this birthday party. I don't remember. I'm 2 years old. I don't remember any of it. But a birthday party across the street. They have a built-in pool. Everybody goes to the built-in pool and has this little birthday party on a Saturday afternoon. You remember the day the ice cream man comes by, ling, 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 you know, everybody, they all go out there. And they leave the little 2-year-old running around in his diapers, me, and they forget me. One thinks the other is going to get him. One thinks the other, and they all go out there. I fall into the deep end of the pool. I'm laying at the bottom of the deep end of the pool. One of my sisters comes back and grabs her towel and looks over. She's only 10 years old at the time. She looks over and sees me at the bottom of the pool and comes and gets me. Now, I'm not saying I'm all that. I don't think I'm anything special, but I'm just wondering if the enemy was going, yeah, I know what that kid's going to do, and I'm going to take care of that right now. See, I got to believe inside of this room right now, there are people in here. You barely made it past birth. You almost died. There's some of you that are, as children, as teenagers, man, it was difficult. You had a mom that rejected you, a dad that abandoned you. You had some stuff that happened. He was trying to take you out right there. Some of you as adults, man, stuff's happened in your marriage, betrayal, stuff's happened in your life. It's just a miracle that you're even here. And I just got to believe the enemy's going, oh, yeah, I know your current territory, and I'm going to ruin that. But not only that, I know your future territory, and it terrifies him. He knows what every one of you could become. He sees your potential. He sees what you could do, and he is frightened to death of what you could do, and he tries to take us out right now. Why? Because he's not just concerned about our territory. He's concerned about our future territory and what you and I could become. Let me tell you something, man. God's got something for every one of us in this place. I don't care if you're 15 years old in here or 85 years old in here. If you're not dead, he's not done. Right? Do something. Make your life matter. Make your life matter. Do something that's out because he sees what you could do. And you begin to do that thing. We don't serve an average God. He doesn't do average. You're not average. He doesn't do average. You ever heard that song? It was out a few years ago. How great is our God? It doesn't say how average. God, you're so average. You're beige. You know, just not. That's not who he is. He doesn't do average. Don't let doubt get in the way. Don't let insecurity get in the way. And don't let fear get in the way to rob you of what you could become. And for crying out loud, do not let other people's opinions get in the way. Please understand something, that people will always want to pull you down to a level that's comfortable for themselves. You know why they do that? The only way they pull you down to a level that's comfortable themselves? Because your desire for excellence threatens their mediocrity. That's why. You don't let people do that. You know that God's got something for you. The enemy, he's trying to take your territory, man. He's coming after your kids. He's coming after your money. He's coming after your marriage. He's trying to take your territory, but he's trying to take your future territory. You ever thought about this? I think the enemy sees more potential in us than we see in ourselves. He knows exactly what you could do, and it terrifies him. Now, let's go back to the graphics. Put it on the screen for me. There we are. In our present. This is our present. Remember, we just talked about that before. Relationships, marriage, children, career, finances. That's our present territory. But look at the future territory. Success, business ideas, kingdom impact, influence, books you could write, churches you could help. He sees what you could become. It's not just your current territory. We all have a current territory. He sees the potential, the future of what your territory could be, and it absolutely terrifies him. What is the answer to all of this? I can give it in 2 words. Put it on the screen for me. Here's the answer right now. You got to fight back. You have got to fight back. You have got to stand up and say, I am a child of God. I'm going to walk with God. An enemy, get out of my life. Get your hands off my kids. Get your hands off my grandkids. Get your hands off my marriage. Get your hands off my money. Get out and start walking in your future and in your potential. And see what God will do. He wants to do something extraordinary in your life. Learn to fight back. I love this church. I love the people in this church. The thing that I love the most is watching people reach their God-given potential. There's a lot of potential in here. There's a lot of books that have not yet been written. There's a lot of business ideas in here that have not yet seen the light of day. There's a lot of things that you could do under the name of God and for God and with God's help. Don't let the enemy attack that territory. You kick him to the curb. And don't let him attack your future territory. You go after. If you go all out for God, God will go all out for you. If you let go of what's in your hands, he'll let go of what's in his hands. He always does. Fight back. Don't put up with it. Now, how does this story end? It's amazing that next week is Easter. It's amazing we're talking about this story right here. How does this story end? The demon-possessed man gets delivered. Okay? That's what happens. Gets delivered. Okay? And then he approaches Jesus. Jesus getting back on the boat. He's like, wait, Jesus, wait. Jesus, can I go with you? The demon-possessed dude's free now. He's like, can I go with you? Jesus tells his first answer. He's like, no. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Not enough room on the boat, buddy. But he actually says, no, I need you to stay here. And he goes, and I need you to go around to the little towns in the area, and I need you to tell people about me. Look at verse 20 says, this is how the story concludes. So the man started off to visit the 10 towns of that region and began to proclaim the great things Jesus had done for him, and everyone was amazed at what he told them. He went around and he did something. What a response. After all that Jesus has done for us, our response is, Jesus, we're going to do something amazing for you. We are on Easter. Next week is Easter. It is the single day that people actually give God a chance. The most, and any more than Christmas. There's nothing like Easter. Don't show up empty-handed. Make a difference in someone's life. Be determined right now, right in your head, going, I'm not coming here without someone. Family member, coworker, someone. You know, about, 10, 11, 12 months ago, I normally get my hair cut at the salon because I like when the lady massages my head, like the shampoo. I'm done. Do it for 20 minutes. It's just amazing. I fall asleep. But she was busy. So I walk into a barbershop, like a full-on barbershop, and I'm talking like it's a barbershop. Everybody is tatted up to here. There's more ink in the barbershop than there is at Office Depot. That much ink in there. And everybody's like, hey, and I'm like, okay, I'm not that, whatever. And not any problem with it, just that, it's just not my style, whatever. And so I walk in, and I'm like, hey, how you doing, man? And they had one barber available. Put it on the screen for me. This is my buddy Cam. Now, I've been getting my hair cut almost a year by Cam. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Cam. Cam, when he was 13 years old, was running drugs for his dad. Running drugs for his dad at 13 years old in Atlanta. The guy went in and out of jail, juvenile hall, and all that. He said it. He goes, I don't even know, 7, 8, 9 times. He says, I was always in trouble, always. About 7, 8 years ago, he moves to Southern California in Orange County where I live. He becomes a barber, gets his license to do whatever you got to do, become a barber, and he becomes a barber. And I go in there this one day, and I just get a haircut from him. I don't tell him I'm a pastor. That usually freaks people out. So I'm just like, hey, how you doing, man? I talked to him a little bit. Then I got my hair cut again. I really felt like God wanted me to stay with this guy, get my hair cut there, even though I didn't get the, head massage. And so I stayed with him, and I just slowly and surely started sharing the Lord with him. Just a little bit here and a little bit there. I started sharing the Lord with him. And I'm telling you, man, Cam and I have nothing in common. I love the dude. We do. I love him, but we have nothing in common. I mean, he's like cool. Everybody in the barbershop's cool. Look at me. It doesn't work. I'm not cool. You know, when I say hi to them, they're like, hey, man, they do this handshake. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Am I supposed to? I have no idea what to do. I know who I am, and I'm not cool. And so, but this guy, you know, I just kept reaching out to him. And I remember just a couple months ago, about 3 or 4 months ago, he told me, hey, next week, he's going to cut my hair. Next week's my 5 years. I go, 5 years what? He goes, I've been off drugs, crack, coke, whatever. He goes, for 5 years. Next week's my 5 years. So I put a little note in my calendar. I walk into that tatted up barbershop next week. I'm walking in, and Cam's like, what are you doing here? You got your haircut last week. And I walked up, and I said, here, man, I got a cake for you and a card. He goes, for what? I go, it's your 5 years. I didn't forget. And I just wanted to celebrate with you. It was everything in that guy's power not to cry in front of his friends. He sent me a text as I left, and when I left, and he said, no one's ever done anything like that for me. We don't have anything in common, but I'm telling you, Jesus and love pierces all of it. It always does. And he now goes to church every week, never misses. He now goes to a Bible study every week. He never misses. He's so funny. Every time I go there, he's like, we're reading in Hebrews. It was so funny because about a month ago, he goes, dude, I'm reading in this book called Psalms. I go, you mean Psalms? He goes, yeah, that's the one. Close enough. Psalms. A couple weeks ago, I got my hair cut again. And he says to me, hey, man, if you decide that you don't want me to cut your hair anymore, can we still be friends? And I just love the relationship I have with this guy. I love watching him come to Jesus. It's the most joyful thing in my life. I love it. We have an opportunity next week to find your own Cam. Get them here. Don't show up empty-handed. Jesus said no to the guy, you can't go with me on the boat. I need you here to do something. Jesus is saying to you, you're here. You're in that city. Hey, I got my Cam. Cam's my responsibility. You don't even know who he is. I don't know your next door neighbor. I don't know your coworker. I don't know all your family, and I don't know all your friends. That's your responsibility. You bring them here next week. Let's do what Jesus would want us to do. Let's make a difference. I want to pray with you real quick, and let's go to the Lord in prayer. Jesus, thank you so much, God, for your amazing love. God, you love us. You care about us. God, I pray first, with our eyes closed, God, that you would help us right now to learn to protect our territory, and not only protect our current territory, but our future territory. You love us. You have amazing plans for us. The enemy's fighting, God, and we're going to fight back. We are not putting up with it anymore. We are going after everything you have for us, God. And Lord, I pray, God, as Easter comes, and as Easter approaches, Jesus, that you would allow us to do all we can to bring someone, to reach out to a friend. God, it's what you want us to do. It's what you called us to do. And Lord, we're committed not to show up empty-handed here next week. God, I pray that all of us in this place would live out our God-given potential in Jesus' name. Amen. Love you guys. Thank you.
Church, do you mind standing and rising with us as we worship God one last time as a family together? God, we worship you.
yourself down.
I just want to say, man, if you heard something today that hit close to home for you, and when Pastor Chris is talking about the way that Jesus transforms everything for you, and you're like, man, I want to know more about that. We think the single greatest decision you could ever make is to embrace the love of Jesus that he has for you and to make him the Lord, Savior, and teacher of your life. And if you're in that place today, we have created an entire space and people that have been praying for you all week that would love a moment to hear your story, to pray with you, and to give you some next steps. And so whether you want to meet Jesus for the first time, whether you've got something going on in your life, whether you just need a listening ear, our prayer corner is going to be open here in just a moment. And your friends will wait for you. But don't miss the moment to connect with God in a very real, personal way. Can we give it up one more time for our founding pastor for sharing with us today? And I will tell you who he is on the stage is who he is in every area of his life. I've known him for a long time, and he is just as passionate and just as hyper in a one-on-one conversation. And the thing that I want you to know is this little story at the end about the barber, that could have been any number of stories. Because as long as I've known him, I've never met anybody who every single place he goes, he's looking for an opportunity to share his faith and to invite them to come be a part of what God is doing. I've seen him invite people to church in towns he didn't even know if there's a church at, because he's just so passionate about people finding what he has found in Jesus. And I think the greatest way you could honor him, the greatest way you could honor our church, this message, even Jesus himself, is not just to feel inspired, not just to share a quote on Instagram, but to leave this place today and actually follow through with the challenge, which is to share with somebody. And it doesn't have to be anything more. You don't got to give a 4-point sermon or argue with them about theology. You can just say, like, listen, I got this card. I want you to come check out my church. I think you'll like it. If you hate it, you don't ever have to come back, but just this one time, because you have no idea what one invite will do to transform somebody's entire existence. Some of you are in this place today because somebody went out on a limb and they have been wrestling within themselves whether or not to have the conversation with you on a soccer field, at work, wherever it was. They connected with you and they were bold, and you're here. You know Jesus. Your eternity has been transformed because they invited. And we've created so many resources to empower you to do this. There are invite cards. There's some on your chairs. There's an entire station out there. Take a stack of them with you. After next week, they're no good. That's how invites work, okay? After the thing, you got to throw them away. So take a stack with you. If you're like, man, I need ideas, we created an entire bingo card with different ways for you to invite. We had several families that just was like, this is their family time last week. They just went around trying to black out this card. Do that this next week. We've got online resources, so many ways. Take a chance and see what God does. When you do the thing he's asking you to do, he'll do the thing you can't do. He'll change people's lives for his sake. And so we're expecting big things next week. But this week is our 27th birthday. We got so many fun things out on the plaza for you guys. We got swag out there. We got little spaces where you can take a picture. We've got punch. We've got cupcakes. Thank you, Jesus. So get out there, have a good time, make some friends, and we will see you back here next week for Easter. God bless.